Alright, so I'm going to be entirely honest with you guys. This Revisi-Verse is going to be short. I know I say that about my videos a lot, then they end up being longer than I thought they were going to be, because I'm a very long-winded person and have somehow not yet come to terms with that in my real life. But I really mean that this time. I actually almost skipped these episodes, because the goal of the Revisi-Verse series is kind of threefold. I want to see, looking back on the show with a complete perspective of the whole thing, whether or not my opinions on certain plot points and episodes has changed. That's one. I also want to look for new angles for content. That's two. And I want to relive the episodes just in general with you guys. That's three. And I can do the third one here. But straight up, Connie is my favorite character in the whole show. And I have talked about the temple, the pyramid temple from Serious Steven so many times, and rewatched that episode so many times, that I am 100% sure I have absolutely nothing new to say about it. So, as much as I like both of these episodes, they're both very good episodes. I almost skipped these. But I still want to relive the episodes alongside you guys, or let you guys relive them alongside me, I guess. So I'm going to focus on that a little more in this video than I usually do in these. And I will point you guys to some of my content about the Pyramid Temple at appropriate points in this video, or just in the description or whatever. We'll see. We'll see how I end up doing it. I'm not 100% sure yet as we get to it. But really, I'm only doing these for that number 3 and just for posterity's sake. Because, as I said, these are ones I revisited so much. I know I'm not going to be able to pull a new theory idea out of these. I apologize for that. I know that's going to bum some of you guys out. Some of you guys are probably going to say, well, why didn't you just do like another episode or 2 more episodes? I just want the division of these to be even per video, right? And either way, you guys don't have to wait that terribly long for the next Revisi-Verse now that I'm actually following a schedule again. And next time we are talking about theories again, and we're going to get into a subject that I do really like talking about, even if I've already talked about it before. So you have that to look forward to, at the very least. We're still doing this the same way I did last time I talked about episodes. We're going to look at my review of the episode first, then the episode, then the review, and then the episode. That way I can avoid saying the same thing about the episode more than once. Though again, like I almost even want to skip my reviews, because I know I'm not going to have anything new to add in terms of my analysis of the episodes either, right? Like, I haven't rewatched my Bubble Buddies review yet, but just straight up, I genuinely, wow, the page is not wanting to load. All right, let's reload that. Anyway, as I was saying, I haven't rewatched my Bubble Buddies review yet. I'm going to do that here for this, right? Get my first impressions of it after so long. But I guarantee I'm not going to talk that much about the episode, because it's the introduction to a character who we get so much more of later on. I do remember, though, I talk about the giant stone sword that we see under the water here for the first time, which we see again later when Lapis steals the ocean, and then see for real when they form obsidian. And if I recall correctly, because I'm looking, hold on, meant to look and didn't. Yeah, my Serious Steven review is only like 3 minutes long, because I would imagine, we'll see when we get to the review, that episode, when it first dropped, felt so much like it was setting something up. Like, I don't like to talk in detail about episodes that I feel are setting a thing up. I'll give my thoughts on the quality of the episode itself, but I like to relegate any speculation about what it might be setting up for like a discussion video or a theory. And Bubble Buddies was very much just establishing the character of Connie so that they could do stuff with her later. And Serious Steven, I guess, wasn't really setting anything up, except maybe it was, but I'll again talk about that in a minute. But it certainly felt like it was at the time. So let's go ahead and get headphoned up here and jump right into this and see if I can actually make a video out of this. I'm rambling a lot, and I'm trying to give you guys at least some content. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
Bubble Buddies, the 7th episode.
What a jarring way to start a review.
Anyway, Connie, Steven has a crush on her. He kind of met her. He saw her a year ago, and he has a crush on her.
I really am not presenting myself well in this one at all. I can't help but wonder, had someone told me at some point recently relative to the release of this video that I wasn't animate enough in my videos or something? Because I feel like I'm trying way too hard in this one.
The gems are watching like the embarrassing moms. And this is a really good Garnet episode because you get to see how much she cares about Steven developing this relationship.
It's not a bad point, but you know, it is my review, so that makes sense. Do we ever see the bubble do that, like, flower bloom thing ever again? I'm fairly certain it just kind of pops into existence whenever we see it from this point forward, doesn't it? I don't know, that's something to keep an eye out for, I guess, in future Revisi-Verses.
But Steven remains calm. He manages to get them back to the surface and then defeat the giant Jeb monster pretty much all single-handedly.
I can't help but wonder, thinking back on it, and knowing now that Steven was pretty traumatized as a kid, if he didn't remain as calm as he did, in part because, I mean, I guess it makes sense that this kind of thing would have become normalized for him, right? It probably shouldn't have been, is the point I'm getting at. This probably shouldn't have felt normal for him at this point in his life yet. Like, it seems a little unhealthy to me.
Along the seafloor, you can see a giant sword made of stone sitting on the seafloor.
Yep. All right, that's about it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, I'm gonna cut that up a little bit and just kind of give you guys a progression of what clips I think are relevant from that review, because, like, there really isn't anything else to say about this episode, I don't think. It's just a really good, really cute episode that introduces a really great character really well and also has some cool stuff in the background. That's really it. It's like not one of the most exciting or amazing episodes of the whole show or anything, but it's essentially flawless for what it is. Bringing up the episode itself, again, I don't really expect to have much to say about this one, but let's jump right in, right?
Hey, look! Steven's got a bike!
Yeah.
Where are you going, Steven?
You gotta love Amethyst's wry observations. They're always good for at least a chuckle, right? That wacky kid. And there she is. What is she reading here? Is it one of those fantasy books that we see her reading later?
5 speeds?
Might be.
Handbrake? Whoa!
I like how she doesn't look up until he might be hurt, because you could tell she's worried about him. Because what was he doing there to imply that he was trying to get her attention, right? Literally nothing, because he's so awkward. It's just very cute. Their introduction is very cute. I like it a lot. Poor guy.
What up?
This is a good scene too.
Who are you talking to? Huh? That girl. You saw? She's just a girl.
Yeah, look at him blush. Very
Except
cute.
She doesn't know me. I'm magic. Well, half magic on my mom's side.
Just takes it in stride.
You did this? Apparently.
She's just so calm about it, which, like, that's there in part because that's just kind of the tone of the show. Most humans anyway, are very good at taking gem stuff in stride, because you get the impression that this world is just weird. It's a weird version of the Earth. But, like, Connie in particular, I feel, was just a very strong and very well considered and well developed character right from the start. Like, some of the characters, when you meet them the first time, it kind of feels like they're a work in progress. Like, the crew hasn't entirely decided who they are yet, or they're still in the process of deciding who they are. So there's a little bit of awkwardness as we actually get to know them, but I never felt that way about Connie going forward.
So, how long does it usually last? Oh, right.
Good try, buddy.
I don't think they can hear you.
And
oh, that's right. please.
Yep.
I told him not to watch.
You regret that now, don't you?
Way to go, Steven. Is this your magical love bubble or something? Did you make it because you're in love?
That's Lars. We're basically BFFs.
I had actually forgotten Lars was in this episode. But it's so good. His small part in the episode is so good. And then Sadie just trying to break it with a hammer. You gotta love Sadie. Now, I did remember that Onion was in this episode. And there we see the sword. Look how panicked she is. It's just very good.
Connie, we could be friends.
Such a good
I saw you
scene.
at the boardwalk parade last year. In case I saw you again.
So cute.
Oh, you were the kid on the
And
car.
I love that she actually remembers him, right?
You had soap bubbles in your hair.
Yeah, you get it. The way he defeats it is very super clever, too. Considering where he is in his arc. Basically solos this thing, right? So, yeah. I really like that episode. Rewatching it did not shift my opinion at all whatsoever. Jumping right into the serious Steven review.
It happened at the Funland where Steven and the other gems were on a teacup ride, one of the spinning teacup rides.
Talking about the
You see
framing
at
device.
festivals and stuff. Like the teacup ride at Funland, it's spinning them around, and Steven is able to feel that because he actually has a biological body.
Yeah, and in terms of like its value as an individual episode, that is the best thing about this one. It shows what Steven brings to the team in a very unconventional way. Because obviously the fact that he's human brings something to the team because the others aren't. And normally they would show that by having him be like immune to something, which happens later, right? But like instead they show that his gross human digestive tract actually offered a clue to the situation that the others never would have stumbled upon. It's a very interesting way of going about it, and I still really like it to this day.
This is the episode where we got the mural that a lot of people think is a visual representation of the 4 diamonds.
And it's definitely not. We see the diamonds later, and it's clear that even though their designs underwent some changes over the course of the production of the show, because like they don't quite look right in their moon base murals, for example, which were shown far earlier than the actual diamonds were themselves. The designs of the gems in that mural are just so undiamond-like that just can't be what they were intended to be, right? And as I said before, I've talked about this mural so many times. I'll just direct you to my favorite video about the mural. I might do like a whole mural playlist at some point. I'll just direct you to my favorite video about the mural. Because, and also, I might as well direct you to this too. It was the second The Light video game, right? Save the Light? That revisited that? Yeah, because that's the one that had the... Yeah, go watch my Let's Play of that. I'll link that here too. That game revisits the location of the Pyramid Temple and shows that there is another temple connected to the light prism underneath it. And the light prism, design-wise, looks a lot like the gem they pulled from this temple in this episode. So I think that if there ever was a planned story around the mural and the gem from the Pyramid Temple, it got cut from the show itself and relegated to being reused as story elements for the Light video games. I haven't played the new one yet. The playthrough of that is coming on, the first episode should be out on the 17th or the 18th of this month. One or the other, I'm not 100% sure, I apologize. But soon, I start playing it soon. So we'll see if there's anything more that can be connected to the Serious Steven mural in that game. Based on what little I know, I don't think there is, but we'll see. But I do have a theory where I talk about the similarities between the stuff in the mural and the stuff in the games that suggest they could be connected. I'll link to that and to my playlist of that Let's Play in the cards in this video for you guys. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the episode now.
Why did you bring that?
Yeah. Very, very good scene.
They're just butterflies, Stephen. Well, they looked a lot bigger when they were on my eyeballs.
You know, I gotta say, I absolutely adore how patient Garnet is with him throughout this entire episode. Like, I still think she's not the best parent ever. I don't think any of the parents in this show are. Especially looking back on it with an understanding of the whole show in its entirety. But she definitely does a good job here of being calm with him and treating him like he belongs, right? It's very cool.
Whoa, we're on a magic treasure hunt for some magic treasure junk.
Like, I keep saying this. This keeps coming up in these revisits of these old episodes. I like Future. I think it's a good show. But man, I really miss young Stephen. He was so much fun. It was more innocent times. Oops. Man, that kid is really lucky that Garnet's around.
They all bring you back here.
Get me out of here.
There are 6
So good.
doors.
Yeah.
This is a death trap.
Yeah.
What if this is just like the teacups? All the rooms are spinning us around, so we end up here.
And I gotta say, for a second there, you could tell that Garnet was frustrated with Stephen. The idea of having to go back through this place multiple times with him was kind of starting to get to her. And yet, she still has enough faith in him that when she hears him say that, she believes him. She trusts him. And I like that a lot. It's a good character detail.
Serious, Stephen? Go!
Yeah. Yeah, see, look at it calling back all the light stuff. That's so much like the game, the prism in the game. And how does he survive that with his fleshy human body? Yeah, solid episode, solid climax, good character interactions. I think with all the cool like architecture and the cool mural stuff in the background of this one, as well as the fact that it's pretty actiony, right? With all the death traps. Amethyst's background antics get lost, get forgotten about by a lot of people. And as good an episode as this is, they're easily the best part about it. Like, straight up, the fact that nothing from this episode is followed up in the show itself, even though it's implied by how important looking all of it is that it's going to be, I think that takes a couple points off of this one. But, like, again, for what it is, looking at it as what it is, Stephen's first real attempt to be a serious member of the team and seeing how he fits within it, at least at this point in his life, it's pretty much perfect. It's another pretty much perfect episode. Yeah, those are both really good. Surprise, surprise. Some of the most talked about episodes, early episodes of season 1 are really great. Imagine that. And pretty much as I suspected, I don't really have anything new to say about either of them. Like, I feel like everything that there is to be said about these episodes has been said already, right? Like, knowing how seriously the show is going to take itself later on, some of the slapstick in this feels a little out of place, but that doesn't mean it's not fun to watch when you revisit it. I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. I'm already reaching. So what do you guys think of these 2 episodes? Have you rewatched them lately yourselves? Do you plan to? Did you enjoy experiencing them over again with me? I'd ask what you think of any of the ideas that I presented in this video, but I didn't really present any, so that's a bust. But either way, let's get a discussion about, I guess, just the episodes themselves going in the comment section down below. And while you're down there, if you could, please like the video and share it with anyone else you think might enjoy my content. I'm trying to get myself out there, and I'd really appreciate it if you guys could help. Check out the cards in this video for those links I talked about earlier, and also check out my social medias. Links to those will be in the video description. But either way, This has been AJ22, and I will talk to you guys later.